Ladies and gentlemen, I'm glad to be here to present my article with the title Relationship of Participative Planning and Regional Development Performance Evidence from Special Region of Yogyakarta. I'm Andi Rotoham. I'm a doctoral student from IPB University. Let me start my presentation with the background of my article. The first point of view is from theoretical background. Participatory planning is a necessity, is a must for, for better result. The second theoretical background is budgeting for basic community needs through proposal-based special allocation fund, known as DAC in Indonesia, is a form of participatory planning. For the best performance, a special aspect of planning, activities in the space and budgeting must be aligned. And the second point of view of my background is from empirical background. There are low public participation as studied by Sopana and Low. And the second, insufficient competence of personnel involved in participating planning, as concluded by Bahraini 2017. Next is inadequate participatory planning process. And then the fourth empirical background is low and late absorption of special allocation fund as concluded by Juanda et al. At 2017. And then also there are low level of planning alignment. And regarding the relationship of participative planning and regional development performance, there are inconclusive studies. Some of them conclude that there is a positive relationship, but some of them conclude that there are negative relationship, or some of them conclude there are no relationship at all. And many of the study also conclude that there are relationships of participative planning and regional development performance through the mediation variable. Based on that background, I raise my research question as follows. How is the relationships of participative planning and regional development performance? The second question is, what is the role of planning alignment as a mediation of participative planning and regional development performance relationship? And my research objective is to analyze the relationship of participative planning and regional development performance through spatial development and budget planning alignment. I use this research to fulfill some research gap. It becomes my research novelty. There are two novelty. The first one is regarding measurement model of public participation. Many research, when measuring the public participation, use at the individual level and using qualitative indicator. In my research, I measure the public participation at the institution level. In this regard is in sub-district level. And then I'm using quantitative indicator. That is the first novelty. The second novelty, I use more holistic measurement of planning alignment. Many research measure the planning alignment only from spatial versus development planning or development versus budget planning alignment. my measurement tried to measure spatial to development and to budget planning alignment. I use same partial least square as my methods regarding my research objective. I use this inception SAM model. I use 3 latent variables. There are public participation and performance and planning alignment as a mediating variable. For the public participation, I use a second order model in SAM. The public participation I measure with the 3 latent variable. There are input of public participation process, and public participation output. There are 5 indicators to measure participation input. There are 6 indicators to measure public participation process, and there is 1 indicator to measure public participation output. Indicator that I use for measuring the performance, there are 5 regarding public works, infrastructure, and housing. And for the planning alignment, I use 4 indicators. That is, as I mentioned earlier, from the spatial alignment to the medium-term local development plan, from the medium term to the annual work plan, to budgeting plan. I'm using this structure equation model partially square. With this structure, first I'm testing my measurement model to know what is the significant indicator for each latent variable, and then after that I'm testing the structure model to find out the relationship between the latent variable, and then I'm testing the mediation model regarding this planning alignment as a mediation variable, and then after that I interpret my model. I'm using this model for 78 sub-district in a special region of Jakarta as my unit analysis. And all indicator that I use is for 2018 planning year. The result of my method for the measurement model, significant indicator of public participation are process and output of public participation. Input of public participation is not significant since it's highly regulated by local government that make it all standardized. Regarding the process of the public participation, number of goals to be achieved, early involvement of the community, large number of community groups involved, the number of techniques for obtaining input, and the number of information media provided for the community increase the community participation. The importance of public participation process also concluded by the study of Joris de Vendre et al. At 2016. That's for the public participation variable. And then for the infrastructure development performance, there are 2 significant indicators. There are percentage of good bridges and percentage of wastewater treatment plant. Without good bridges, good roads are useless in mobilization of goods and service. And then sanitation is also one of the important methods to improve human development index. Regarding planning alignment variable, all indicators are significant, but only alignment of spatial planning to local government medium-term development plan and alignment of public work office strategic plan and two annual work plan that meets standard load threshold. For the structural model, two of three relationships are significantly negative, namely the relationship between public participation and plan alignment, and between plan alignment and infrastructure development performance. For the mediation model, the table shows that the plan alignment is fulfill the, the criteria as a mediating variable. The relationship between public participation and the performance of infrastructure development that was previously significant becomes insignificant when the plan alignment is included in the model. In this case, the suppressor effect occurs, which is the effect of mediation that changes the significance of the relationship between variables, as stated by Hare et al. In their book at 2014. The discussion regarding that result is the insignificant relationship of public participation in infrastructure development can be explained for the three reasons. The first reason is manual method is used in gathering the input from community, and this method is limited to certain groups of people. Public involvement that occurs in the development and spatial planning forum has not yet at the stage of public empowerment in decision making. The relationship is also determined by conformity of actual and expected level of participation. This is concluded by Clinton and Houston study at 2001. Regarding the relationship of public participation and plan alignment that are significantly negative, it can be explained as follows. The first one is the special aspect is not yet a concern in development planning, which is indicated by not all sub-district planning forum involving competent parties in special planning issues. The second reason is not all community proposal in sub-district planning forum meet the criteria for priority programs determined by local government. And the third reason, the majority of the budget for public work office came from special allocation fund. That is, that there are 3 out of 5 districts are above 50% of total budget and didn't derive from public proposal. That is the result and discussion of my research. And then we come to the conclusion of my research. First conclusion is that direct relationship of public participation and infrastructure development performance are significant. Nonetheless, it becomes insignificant if plan alignment is included in their relationship. Second conclusion is there is a negative effect of community participation on the plan alignment. And the third conclusion is process and output of public participation are two significant public participation variables. Implication of my conclusion, there are 5 implications. First one is methods used in gather input from community should utilize information technology to expand groups of people involvement. Second implication is the process of community involvement need to be improved from the stage of sharing information or listening to the public to community empowerment to be more involved in decision making. The third, special expert should be involved in sub-district development planning. And the fourth implication is there should be a detailed guideline for the community so that all community proposal in the sub-district planning forum meet the priority program criteria determined by the local government. And the last implication regarding special allocation fund mechanism, particularly in the housing sector, must be based on proposal from the sub-district planning forum as a form of participatory planning. That's all my presentation. Thank you very much for your attention.